The second part of the casting on is a closed cast on. Now, according to the manual, you can do a closed cast on in a very specific way, but I personally think that was really real pizza because it's almost impossible to do it right, and it's extremely, because of the cast on comb is very thick, and I had a hard time running the carriage through after doing the third row. Now I'm going to show you what I mean. So to do the closed cast on is very similar to what we did. In the beginning, you're going to need the cast on comb. Okay, you have to hang the cast on comb, line up the center towards the number 0 there, and then put it on the post. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay, in order to do the closed cast on, you need to use the 1x1 needle pusher. Okay, because you only need every other needle out in the working position. Now these are all in the working, these 40 needles and all in working positions. I'm going to push half of them back. So now you will see just every other needle in the out position. The rest of them are back in the non-working position. Now the next thing you need to do, because the first 2 rows requires a lot of slack. Okay, in order for you to wrap around the bottom edge of your cast on, so you need to set the tension up to between 25 and 30. So I'm gonna say let's go to 30. Okay, just for the heck of it. And you have to hang, of course, your cast on comb like what we did before, which I already done it, and make sure the needles, the out needles, are all open. Okay. With my brushes, they don't always open these guys for me. So now, just in case. Okay, now all the needles up on the front, all the latches are open. Okay, just do as what we did before, like the open cast on. Okay, you threaded the yarn feeder like that. Okay, I'm gonna put this little loop up like that. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the carriage from right to left. Okay, it will catch the needles. It's really, really loose, so be very careful. Okay, bring it all the way over there. Okay, so you see this loopy formation, and I'm going to tighten, bring it back up to 20. Because if this is too loose on the second row, it may pop the original loops that has already been formed. I'm going to drop the cast on comb carefully. Okay. Now you have the big long loops hanging really, really loose. So I'm going to knit to the second row. Okay, pick up the slack until the yarn meets the first working needle. Okay, fix the needles if they're not in the proper position. Okay, now it looks like this. Okay, it has a big gap. The reason you need a big gap because according to the manual, you are supposed to pick up the first loop, okay, of your first row, and then put it in the empty needle, the next empty needle. Now you'll be tempted to put it the first loop straight up to this needle right above it. Okay, the manual specifically say don't try to do the parallel needles. So if you pick this up, okay, and put it on this needle, it's not going to work. The loop will not close properly. So you have to pick this one up. I'm going to bring it up and then put it, okay, onto the second empty needle like this. Okay, you're going to do it all the way across. It's pretty hard with this camcorder right next to me. Okay, try not to knock anything over. Okay. Like that. Now it looks really loose, but as you bring your loops up, okay, the gap will become smaller. So if you don't have a very large tension to begin with, especially on your first row, you'll have a heck of a time putting these loops up, okay, to catch the empty needles. Okay, is this one. Alright, I'm going to turn off the camera and I'll come back when I'm done. I have all the stitches transferred to the empty needles, and I have one empty needle still there, and because this loop got transferred to the second one, so I don't want to leave it empty, so I'm going to just use a piece of yarn to just wrap around it. So even the manual didn't say so, but I think that would be a good idea. Okay, to wrap this around, so to give it something to catch on. After this roll on 20, I'm going to turn it down to 15 again. Okay, that one looks pretty good. So now I'm going to hang my claw weight. Okay, I'm going to set it back to 15 for tighter knit. Alright, I have a small problem here. Okay. I think one piece of yarn got stuck behind the sinker post, so I have to release it. So this is the one. Alright, I'm going to take this one out. Take the loop out. Alright, you see this one? It's stuck behind the sinker post. Okay, I'll use another transfer tool. So I'm going to remove it with another transfer tool. Okay, just right there, stuck on the sinker post. Okay, release it. Okay, this one goes back on this needle. Oh, come on. Alright. Okay, I just released that part from the sinker post. It's not going to be perfect because I think I put it on backwards. So let's continue to knit and see, because my battery is running low. I may not have enough batteries to finish this piece. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of messed up here, but it's still knitting, so I'll continue to knit and I'll show you the finished piece. This is the piece that I knitted with the closed cast on, and there's a few flaws there because I made a mistake and I let the yarn got caught behind the sinker post. But anyway, so overall the stocking knit was okay, was knitting okay. So I'm going to take the piece off and I'm going to show you the bottom, and this part should not come unravel, okay? Okay, so I just took off the piece. Okay, now the bottom, since I did the closed cast on, okay, where is it? It's hard to see, it's all rolled up. Okay. See, it doesn't come unravel. It's closed. So this is one way to do a closed cast on. Okay, you can also make a closed cast on by using the eWrapping method, which I find is a lot easier, a lot less painful dealing with tension, because this is pretty loose on the bottom, even though it doesn't come unravel, but it's sort of loose. And if I have enough battery and if I have time, I will make another section to show you how to do eWrapping on this knitting machine.